everyone. I'm Professor Gigliotti. I'll be your tour guide today through the Great Swamp. On behalf of Professor Soltes, Dr. Iden, and Dr. Izaza, welcome to the Great Swamp. We're part of Project Yellowstone, which is an interdisciplinary collaboration between faculty, students, and the community. You can probably guess from our name, Project Yellowstone, that we have our roots in Yellowstone National Park, which is located in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. But one of the goals of Project Yellowstone is to bring back Yellowstone to our local environments. And one of our local environments here, the Great Swamp National Wildlife Refuge and Wilderness Area. The Great Swamp makes up roughly 7,700 acres. This area of land is interdispersed with higher areas of ridges, which have drier woodlands, lower areas, which is where it gets its name from, which is the swamp environment, and then also some areas that are open wetlands considered our marshes. Today we know how important wetlands are. They provide many important functions. Functions such as establishing a natural boundary for us for sediment control and preventing soil erosion. Protecting us from flooding. It absorbs and acts as a natural sponge after massive storms. It helps us provide a habitat to many species. Species that we find here, such as mammals, such as deer and raccoons, to amphibians and reptiles. It also provides us with an environment that we can use. We can use it for education, for recreational value, as well as just the aesthetic value. So wetlands are very important to not only the wildlife, but us as well. To highlight a particular organism that probably mostly everyone has seen before, is this right here, which is called lichen. Lichen, which is oftentimes confused with thinking that it's a plant, probably because of its green coloration. However, lichen isn't always green. It could vary in colors from greens to yellows to browns to grays or reds. Lichen is interesting because it is a composite organism, meaning that it is made up of more than one organism. The two parts of lichen is going to be one, fungus. The second part is going to be some kind of photosynthesizing organism. The photosynthesizing organism could either be a green algae or it could be cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria, although biologists hate to call it this, is sometimes known as a blue-green algae. It gets its name cyano because it has that blue coloration, but it is not an algae. It is actually a bacteria. So this lichen is a symbiotic relationship, meaning these two organisms live together. And it's living together where the fungus provides a home and it also provides water, whereas the cyanobacteria or the green algae is going to provide the food to the fungus. Because it's a photosynthesizing organism, which means it is going to convert sunlight into energy or food, and that's what can be provided. So this is a relationship where both organisms are benefiting, which means it's a mutualistic relationship. So that is lichen. A natural process that occurs in any kind of ecosystem is decomposition. If you look at the water that's shown below, you can see that the water has a darker, rich color. Decomposition is a natural process in which we break down organic matter into simpler subunits. Organic matter is rich in carbon, and anything that is rich in organic matter has that rich, dark coloration. So who does this breaking down of organic matter that makes energy available for other organisms or nutrients available for other organisms in this system? Primarily, who's going to carry that out is going to be things like fungus or bacteria. A particular bacteria that that's not always associated with decomposition, but also that's seen here in many water environments, is cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria, you might have heard recently in the media the last few years, being associated with negativity when we think of it releasing cyanotoxins into the environment that could be harmful for people or for pets that swim or drink the water. It's naturally occurring and especially common to see in water when you have lower amounts of rainfall and really hot summers. It's been associated with Lake Hopatcong as well as other areas in and around New Jersey. Cyanobacteria, though, is actually really important. There's something in our history called the Great Oxygenation Event, that without cyanobacteria, our environment wouldn't be as rich as it is today in oxygen. Did you know we almost lost the Great Swamp? In 1959, New York Port Authority wanted to establish this land as the fourth major jet port. Luckily, we saved the Great Swamp, and that's all due to conservationists and also the landowners. The landowners in this area, along with those conservationists, were able to set aside and collect enough money to protect 3,000 acres of the 7,700 acres. They were able to set up basically the nucleus of the Great Swamp and donate it to become this wildlife refuge wilderness area in 1960.